Hi! I'm Sylvia from Vintage Kitchen Vixen, where I share tips for simple living, creating memorable gatherings, and preparing wholesome and traditional recipes with a vintage twist. And today I am going to be showing you how to make this little French cake, kind of like a cookie, called Madeleines. Now, these just came out of the oven, so they're really hot, and I'm probably going to regret touching this in a moment. But they're these little scallop seashell cookies that are basically mini cakes. And they are buttery and they're delectable, and you can flavor them in different ways. So I did mine with orange blossom water today, but I love doing it with lemon zest as well, or maybe orange zest. There are so many different ideas. You can make a gingerbread version, you can make them with chocolate, you can make them with nuts, you can make pumpkin spice flavored madeleines. It's really up to your imagination. I kept mine as classic as possible for today's post, and I'll be showing you how to make it. So there's a bit of a method to mixing the dough, and once you have that, you use these special molds. So I have these silicone molds. Here, I'm going to just take them out of their shells real quick. So don't mind me. I'm just gonna transfer them over to the cooling rack so they're out of here. I kind of overfilled my molds today because I had too much batter and I wanted to use it all. I wasn't as patient as I normally am. But they're these little shell. Now I'll be putting a picture at the end so you can see, but they're these little shell molds that you can get online or probably in specialty kitchen stores. Then I also have this metal mold, and with the metal mold you need to be sure to butter it really well and then either flour it or coat it in sugar before you pipe in your cookies. And this is actually ready for the oven, so it's going in. And I could put that on a baking sheet. I put my silicone molds on baking sheets. And just let me set a timer. It's always important to set a timer. And sometimes it needs more time, sometimes it needs less time. These need to get switched, these need to be rotated halfway through in the oven to make sure that they bake evenly on the bottom. So I'm setting my timer in half, and then I'll be switching them around, and then they're going to be baking for the rest of the time. They are ready when they spring back. When you touch them and they spring back, they're good to go. Now, I first learned about Madeleines, funny story, I first learned about them when I watched The Transporter with Jason Statham. There's this scene where they're eating Madeleines, and for the longest time I wanted to try them out, and when I did, I just latched onto them. I have them so infrequently that they are a special treat for me. My husband's not a big fan. He says they're fine, they're just okay, but I am nuts about them. I think they make beautiful gifts as well. So if you want to make a batch to give to somebody for Christmas as a little thank you, it's a great gift for a neighbor or for a work colleague. You just put them in a little baggie and you give it to them with a little tag that says made with love, or I don't know, something cheesy like this, or Merry Christmas. That would work very well too. You can dip them in chocolate and coat them with nuts. You can, if you're making them for a Christmas version, you can use a peppermint extract in your dough, and then you can dip them in chocolate and crushed candy canes. So you can make them a little bit Christmassy if you so wish. But it is a pretty simple recipe. It's mostly the method that you just need to pay attention to, and then the baking time. But other than that, it's a simple classic recipe, and I hope you enjoy it. If you are new here, I do this little thing called silent film mode, and we are going to be hopping into that right now. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Vintage Kitchen Vixen. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, you can show your support by liking this video, leaving a comment if you feel so inclined, or sharing it with somebody who you think will like this video. If you are new here, I really hope you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so that you never miss an episode of the kitchen. I do put out 2 new videos a week, so I will be seeing you real soon. Bye! If you are new here, I hope you hit that subscribe button and that bell notification so that you never shoot. Still need more time.